And we're back, people. Welcome back. There's been a little bit of a delay. I guess we'll call it the end of the summer break. Everybody needs a break, that, and I spent almost a week with this flu, cold, whatever you want to call it. Take care of yourself, people. Don't get it because it sucks. But anyways, within this last 2 weeks, the biggest news right now in the watch market, watch industry, watch game, Rolex purchases Bucherer. I mean, the last 2 weeks I've sat there and read plenty of articles and done a lot of different homework. Of course, initially everyone's got to give their reaction. I kind of sat back and just gathered some information to kind of see how I feel myself. Number one, I think it's probably the biggest power play move that we're probably going to witness right now in the watch world. How can anybody else possibly top that move? To begin with, Bucherer is the largest Rolex retailer. Number two, in 2018, they bought Tourneau. Tourneau is the largest luxury watch retailer in the world. Now, I don't think this deal just happened overnight. I think this is something that has obviously been playing for quite some time. This wasn't a hostile takeover or corporate raid. That's not what happened. J.G. Bucherer doesn't have anybody to give the company to. No one's gonna really take over the company after being third generation. Who was the one that was gonna take this company and inherit it from this 87-year-old secretive billionaire? Pretty much nobody. I'm wondering if he thought about perhaps just selling the company. He said, hey, maybe I should just cash out and call it quits. I don't doubt it that this has been a negotiation that's been going around for quite some time. It's, on one hand, obvious that Bucherer was going to be the first one to roll out the certified pre-owned program, but at the same time too, maybe it's not a coincidence that they were the first ones, which makes me wonder, was this sale already happening for quite some time? Were they already negotiating? Were they ironing out all the details? Could you imagine what it may have done to the watch market had a brand like LVMH purchased Bucherer? I mean, I for one would have not been happy about this, because a brand like LVMH, that's such a big monster, would have definitely have just swallowed it whole and just pretty much fucked everything up. So I kind of think it's good that Rolex bought this brand, because now they have more control. Everyone out there saying, well, this is gonna change the gray market, this is gonna kill the gray market. I don't think so. I think this is gonna be business as usual. And I think that actually what it's gonna do is give Rolex more control. Rolex states that they're not gonna be directly involved in this, that they're not gonna be making many changes. It's gonna be business as usual. Sure, I'm sure that's what's gonna happen. I also do feel that they're gonna have a bit more control. They're gonna be able to control now more what happens with these watches. Does that mean you're gonna be able to get your Rainbow Daytona now that you've been waiting for on your list? Absolutely not. I think now it means even less that you'll be able to get a watch like that. I think at the end, that's what it means to me, is now Rolex is gonna have that much more control. I think the craziest part about this whole acquisition is not so much Bucherer, it's the Tourneau. There is a lot of Tourneaus out there. And the part to me that also just shocks me more than anything is the fact that, you see, a lot of people are looking at this, at that Rolex is now gonna be controlling their Rolex dealers. Yes, correct. They're gonna have that option or that edge. But the crazy part about it to me is by owning Tourneau and owning Bucherer, which also sells other brands. I mean, what about the irony in that? That Rolex now controls the largest retailers that also sell their competitors. I mean, come on. Some of these brands out there, the guys in the boards are punching the air right now. They are pissed off. I think at the end of the day, it's gonna only help out the situation as far as the market, as the way it's gonna be. I don't foresee things just rolling out and changing. I think it's gonna be exactly the same thing. Watches of Switzerland, Stocks plummeted the next day. Why? Well, Watches of Switzerland is a big company. But when you have their main competitor, Bucherer, get bought out by Rolex, the market gets shaky. It makes it seem like now, obviously, Bucherer has a major advantage. What's interesting about this also to me is that other brands, for example, like AP, have their own boutiques that they sell directly to consumers, whereas Rolex's blueprint forever and ever has been that they don't sell direct to consumers, for the exception of the fact that they do have a boutique in Geneva. However, most of their business, or pretty much all of it, is to independent franchises that open up Rolex boutiques. Of course, backed by Rolex, you gotta do everything exactly like they say. You gotta follow their blueprint of what they want you to do to the store. So I find it kind of interesting that now, at precisely the right moment, when the market is almost moving the most it's ever been, Rolex has a unique opportunity to now finally get in and get those profits. It's crazy. Everybody talks about the profits and the gray watch markets. Guys, the gray market dealers don't make the profits that the ADs make. The ADs are making 30 to 35% profit. Yes, the flippers can make some profits. The guys that came in, bought the watch at retail. Wow, look at that Bronco. Look at that Bronco right there. I like that. Yeah, I mean, the guys that went and finagled their ADs to get into Panda Daytona, they can make some crazy profits. But the ones that really make the most consistent profits are the ADs. And now Rolex is gonna be able to double dip there. I think that's amazing and pretty interesting, you know? At the end of the day, I am a fan of the brand. And I think a lot of people are, so we only wanna see them win. Now, that also being said, out of the 100 locations that Bucherer has, 53 of them are Rolex pushers or official ADs. I wonder how long it's gonna take before a lot more of them start carrying Rolex. I'm sure it's gonna happen slowly. I don't think it's gonna happen overnight. But I think they're gonna be very tactical with this. And they're gonna little by little start expanding it because it's only fair. Brands like Omega, some of these other brands are definitely gonna feel a little bit threatened. But at the end of the day, for them, it's a win-win. They're gonna be making money off of other brands, and they're gonna be selling now their brands direct to consumer. Out of 100 locations, only 53 of them are actual Rolex ADs. I think in conclusion, this is gonna be probably one of the biggest moves that's ever gonna occur in the watch business in our lifetime. I just don't see how any other acquisition or merger can top this one. It's gonna be fun to see what happens, and we're gonna be here along for the ride to catch it all. So comment below what you think about this news, and if there's anything perhaps maybe that I missed. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe link right now.